Welcome to the topic the custom views in SwiftUI. In, in SwiftUI framework, how can you create your reusable views? And those custom views can be used in anywhere in our application. So this is the custom view. This is the reusable view, and that can be used in anywhere application wherever it is this functionality required. So this custom view functionality is, and it accepts the currency text, and so with the currency symbol and then a float value, and it will have error text, and when there is an error, and that displays that text, and the divider. So initially it will be a full divider when users start editing, and that should be off divider. So all these functionality will be incorporated in that view, and that view will be make it as a reusable view, so that wherever application requires that view, just that can be plugged in. So let's see how to build this. So first is full divider, and initially it must be full divider. When users start editing, that should be off divider. So there is in text field there is a function called on editing changed, and that closure will be called when user begin editing. So that is applied as a closure, and then that is the provide the function for that. That is, that closure takes the boolean, so it gives that whether user start editing or not. So on that it will be called, and it will be set the off divider. So there is a view model, and that is a it make it is a observable object, and whichever the view refers this observable object, and that view will be refreshed when this view model publishes, or this view model object will change. And when object is change the instance of this view model, and then it publish the values which is defined in the properties of this class. So this is the publishers, full divider, half divider, and error. So when I change the value, it publish the value. So this is the observable object, and that we create a instance in that our view. This is the custom view. Unisys text view is a custom view, and this can be used in our application. So this custom view has got one text field, and this is state object, that observed object. Whenever a view accessed with this state object, and that view will be refreshed when there is an object change, and or when and corresponding these publishers of full divider, off divider, error divider, accordingly wherever these access these properties, and accordingly that view will be view modified. So content of the view will be modified. So here this is when there is a full divider, and when it publish the full divider value, and if it is S, it will be divider, full divider. If it is off, and that view, this renders this view. If it is full divider, it renders this view, and if it is half divider, it renders this view with the padding of 16. So when user start editing, it calls this set of divider, and then it calls on that view model. This is the view model is observed object, state object, and we created instance here. So when there is a change to when a full divider publish the values, and this view will be refreshed, and respectively this view will be rendered. And one more is currency symbol and currency formatter. So that is the currency formatter, and it can be defined in environment formatters. This is a, we need to define the currency format key, and we can define this environment values, and this is not scope of this video. And this is a current text. When user changes the text on the events of key events, and this text will be updated, and this text is a state variable, so it maintains the state, and when there is a change, and view will be refreshed. So this is the current text, and this current text need to be validated when when user entered, after entering the value, when user enter, and it should be validate and show the error like this: limit exceeds the maximum limit. So for that, so created a error view, and this is the error view, and this content of this is the publisher value. So this is the error. So when user, when there is a, when this error is published, and this content of this text view will be changed and view refreshed, and that is and the foreground color is red. So regarding this error message, when this error message published, and this is Unisys text view, and this if we want to use in our application, and this is the content view now, and when we this is the main view, and that will be set in screen delegate to render this view on as a first screen of that application. And here this is a reusable view, and that is a Unisys text view is a reusable view. So I want to extend as extension function, that will be the validation function. So I'll check for this whether it is greater than 10,000 or not, and that limits, that's on view model, it set the error and it publishes. When it is publishes and view refreshed. So this is the simple example of text view, reusable text views, custom views, and this can be plugged in wherever our application is required. Thank you. And this can be added to the Xcode library, and that Xcode library, to add this to Xcode library, just we need to implement this protocol, and so add that as a array to that And so our with a library item, and our view is Unisys text view. So when sees this, whichever the we sees that for whichever the structures or classes implement, the structures implement this library content provider, and that will be add to this list, Xcode views list. And now I can, it will be appeared here, and it can be dragged. And this will be, and it should be in vstack. Like this. So this is about this library content provider. We need to extend this protocol library content provider and add that item to that array. So that new view, and that will be appeared in that Xcode library. Thank you.